All right, good morning and hello everyone. Welcome to Group Exercise Online with the YMCA of York and York County. My name is Justin. I'm an instructor at the Southern Branch YMCA in Shrewsbury, and this morning we're going to be doing Tai Chi. As always, Tai Chi is a moving meditation, an exercise in mindfulness. So you might feel physically like you're getting a little bit of a workout, but I want you to treat it like that exercise in coordination, balance, and integration that it really can be. So don't go into it looking to get your heart rate up. Just enjoy the process, and hopefully you'll feel it's been worthwhile. For this class, you don't really need any equipment. You can do it in shoes like I am. You can do it in socks or barefoot. Optionally, you can have a water bottle nearby just in case you need to take a hydration break during our class. Gotta make sure we can hear the music. So today's class will be in 4 main segments. First, we're going to play with our Tai Chi ball and rolling the ball and moving the ball. That gets really important as we start to progress in Tai Chi and helps us to link movements with flow. Secondly, we're going to play with some of our forms, specifically repulse monkey, parting the wild horse's mane, and waving hands like clouds. So these forms, as we do them, we're going to start to get more familiar with them. We're going to start playing with them today, and we'll incorporate them in classes in the future. We're going to do some basic Qigong, or simple circular movement shapes. After we play with the forms, we're going to back it off and do some more simple patterns, and then we'll end, cool down with our circling. So to start out with, let's just get loose with the feet about hip to shoulder width apart. Unlock your knees, shake out your arms, and then you get like that shaking travel down the rest of your body, starting with the shoulders, going to the hips, unlocking the knees, and shaking all the way down to the feet. Just to loosen up, to get rid of any tension that you might be bringing in with you, even if you're not aware of it. But it's good to just kind of shake out and make sure that everything's relaxed to start with. You can shake each foot individually as a good balance exercise. Shake everything all at once. And the other side. So you can exhale on some big short bursts as you drop. So just to loosen everything up. Let's move the feet a little bit wider. Maybe shoulder width or slightly outside again. Knees relaxed. Hands soft. And we're going to swing the arms around the waist, shifting side to side. So you'll always see me shifting towards the side I'm swinging to. You can shift opposite. You can also pivot on that back foot depending on how far you want to go. But just a basic swing is good to start with. Feet planted. The hands hang from the arms hang from the shoulder socket, and just letting that movement of the swing drive you. Arms just loose and swinging around the waist. And we can do some deep breaths here too. This is kind of our quintessential Tai Chi warm-up, is shaking, swinging, and breathing. So after we swing around a few times, let's narrow that stance again a little bit. And again, I want you to stay facing toward the camera. I'm going to turn to the side. Tai Chi stands for, again, about hip width apart, but unlock the knees, sinking down so that you can tuck the hips and make that lower back a flatter line. Just tucking under a little bit to take some pressure off the back. Hands in front of the body slightly. Chest lifted slightly. You want to think of your spine like a string that you're gently pulling from both ends. So the bottom part of the body goes down, and the top part of the body lifts up. Very gently. Space under the armpits. Let's do a couple of breaths here. Just inhale and let it go. Breathing into a point of comfortable fullness. And releasing to a point of comfortable emptiness. Just trying to breathe as expressively as you can. And one more time. So our first exercise we're going to do is called embracing the moon. I want you to reach up and hug like you're hugging a tree or hugging a big balloon. Important note is just to make sure the elbow is down below the shoulder and roughly middle fingers pointed at each other. Go ahead and stay facing toward the screen. I'm going to turn so you have this nice curved shape in front of you. Now as we breathe, we're going to inhale, let that expand outwards if you're hugging a big balloon. And exhale, let it shrink back toward the center. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. And 2. One more time. Big breath. So changing it from hug the ball to move the ball. So embrace the moon to move the ball. Right. Inhale. Let the arms open as you exhale. Make a ball with the left hand on top, right hand underneath. And then as we inhale, we're going to open and switch the ball. Right hand on top, left hand underneath. So we're just spiraling the ball. Open, left hand on top, right hand under. So again, out of your mirror image. Inhale, open, and then you go right hand on top, left hand under. And flow with the breath. So we open and wrap the ball, left hand on top. Open and wrap the ball, right hand on top. So we're trying not to stop moving. We open and we slowly come in toward the center. At some point, that inward movement, we can extend back out and back to the ball. Again, it slowly comes in and then extend back out. Left hand on top and right hand on top. Flowing with your breath, feeling your ribcage expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. We're going to lift up or straighten the knees slightly as you inhale and bend the knees slightly as you exhale. Let's do 2 more, left, right. So we go left and right. Left and right. So go ahead and just drop the ball, letting the hands come down and shake it out. So that's going from embrace the moon to hold the ball. What we're going to do is move the ball, again, left and right, but then shift the weight. So starting with the ball, left hand on top, right hand underneath. Let's move the ball to the left. So we move the ball to the left. I'm shifting my weight to my left leg and move the ball to the right. So I open, balance the weight over both feet, hug the ball on the right, shifting my weight to my right leg. Same thing as we were doing. We open as you inhale and hold the ball as you exhale. Just adding a weight shift. Open, hold the ball on the right, shifting right, open. Hold the ball on the left, shifting left. Matter. Now, there's no right or wrong way to get from right to left. You can, what we're doing now is open and spiraling around. And I like this because that keeps both arms moving. And you get a nice flow. If you're having trouble with that, you can just drop the ball and pick it up. Drop the ball. So again, it has that same spiral, just the lower spiral. You can drop the ball and pick it up. Drop the ball and pick it up. You can also carry it like it's a beach ball, and that's okay too. Try to keep that feeling of a ball between your hands. So what I want you to do is just pick whichever variation you like. You can try all three. And if you say, oh, I like this, hold the beach ball, stay with that. And if you like to drop the ball and pick it up, you can stay with that. Or if you like this bigger spiral, stay with that. But just try to make sure that it feels continuous from side to side. So 2 more. Ending on the left. So we go right, and then left, and then one more time, right and left. And left, right, and then back to the left. All right, so our closing form this time, we're taking this right hand from the bottom of the ball, collect the left hand, come to the center, release, and down, closing form. Okay, changing position slightly. I'm going to take my left leg back in an angle, right leg forward. And as always, with our Tai Chi lunge or bow and arrow stance, you want to make sure that you can shift forward and backward comfortably, keeping the trunk upright without the knees going past the toes. So same movement here, just a slightly forward shift instead of a lateral shift. So holding the ball on the left, weights on your left leg. We're going to roll the ball to the right and roll the ball to the left. Roll the ball to the right and roll the ball to the left. Slow it down, inhale, hold the ball on the right, inhale, hold the ball on the left as you exhale. Rolling the ball right and left. So you can see if we can do this with no starts and stops, just shifting left and right. So we're going to come back to this once we start looking at our forms, because this will help us in our transition. This idea of starting at the ball and ending at the ball and having some stuff in between. So again, we can drop and pick it up. You can carry that strict beach ball the whole way around, but just make sure that it feels like a consistent flow. So there are 2 more, ending at the left. So we go right, left, right, left, right, left. One more time, right, and back to the left. As we come back to the left, step the right foot in and roll the ball to your right. So we step, roll the ball, and step. From here, stepping out with your left foot forward, right foot at an angle, and always check first. Make sure that you have a comfortable stance, that you can shift while remaining upright without the knee going past the toes or rotating excessively. I've mentioned that a lot of videos, so I'm going to keep mentioning it less as we go. Starting the ball on the right, weights on your right leg. Roll the ball to your left, and then back to the right. So just keep this pattern, ball on the left, shifting forward, ball on the right, shifting back. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you close. Inhale as the arms go out. Exhale as you hold the ball. So making sure as we flow that you're staying relaxed. You're in a position that's comfortable enough that you can transition your weight, changing positions without the legs getting too tired, without any pressure or pain on your joints. So you're going to do 2 more ending on the right. We go left, right. So left, right, and then one more time, left and right. Again, as we come back to the right, stepping the left foot in, hold the ball, and back out, squaring off, lower the hands. So that was our first section, playing with the ball, moving the ball, rolling the ball, and doing our embrace the moon. With the second section, it gets a little bit trickier. We're looking at 3 different forms, using the ball as kind of our start and end position. We'll start with probably the easiest one with the ball, and that's repulse monkey. So starting from a stance that's close or together, shifting your weight to one leg, step out, and then balance the weight. Making sure your 50-50 knees relaxed. Again, lower body down, upper body up, pull the string. Starting with the ball on the left. So repulse monkey, I'm taking my left hand, pushing it towards the screen, and bringing my right hand over toward my right hip. From here, I just hold the ball on the right. So I bring the right hand on top, left hand under. Let's roll the ball back to the left and do that again. Roll the ball left, we've done that a lot. So I push and shift, wrap the ball. Right hand comes up, left hand comes under, roll the ball back to the left, and we'll do one more time. Left hand pushes, right hand shifts, hold the ball, wrap around. Now let's do this with the right hand. We're going to have the right hand pushing straight out, left hand shifts to the left hip, and then hold the ball on the left. Left hand up, right hand, roll the ball back. Right hand pushes, left hand shifts, and then hold the ball. Roll the ball back to the right. Push right, shift left, hold the ball on the left. Now, we can do this side to side. So I'm going to start by pushing the left hand, hold the ball on the right, pushing the right hand, hold the ball on the left. Push and shift, hold the ball, push and shift, hold the ball. We can add on to this. We're not going to do that today. Push and shift, hold the ball, push and shift, hold the ball. Keep going. Left hand pushes, hold the ball on the right. Right hand pushes, hold the ball on the left. Let's go 3 more. Left hand pushes, hold the ball on the right. Right hand pushes, hold the ball on the left. 2 more. Push left, ball on the right. Push right, ball on the left. One more time, both sides. Left hand pushes, ball on the right. Right hand pushes, ball on the left. Closing form, right hand collects the left, come to the center, open, and down. So we'll come back to repulse monkey in a while. The next form we're looking at is parting the wild horse's mane. We're going to do 2 different versions of this. First stationary, and then extended. So we'll build, this is going to be kind of our main form for the day, and then waving hands like clouds we'll do later. So starting from your Tai Chi stance, start with ball on the left. We've done this before, so my right hand tosses out, left hand pushes down toward my left foot. So I start from the ball, both hands on this left side of the body. Right arm tosses out toward the right, left arm pushes down. My weight's generally shifting toward the right leg. So hold the ball, toss right, push left. Back to ball on the left. Toss right, push left, straight down. You're putting your hand flat on the table, and then back to the ball. Toss and push. And loop. Toss and push. And loop. Let's go two more. Toss and push. Back to the ball on the left. Last one. Toss and push. From here, we're coming to ball on the right. So my right hand's turning over, and the left hand comes under. Let's do that one more time. So you're coming back to ball on the left. Parting while the horse is making the ball on the right. Toss and push. Right hand top of the ball, left hand bottom of the ball. Parting while the horse is made to the left. Left hand tosses, right hand pushes. Left hand tosses, right hand pushes. Back to ball on the right. Right hand up, left hand under. Toss and push. So again, that right hand from the ball, right hand straight toward the right foot, left arm tossing out toward the left. Back to the ball. Starting with the weight on the right foot, toss and push, shifting the weight more toward the left foot. Back to the ball. Let's just do three. Toss and push. And ball. Toss and push. Back to the ball. Last one. Toss and push. Coming to ball on the left. So again, left hand, top of the ball, right hand, bottom of the ball. Come back to ball on the right. Let's do that one more time. So I do parting while the horse is made to ball on the left. Toss and push. Ball on the left. So you know what's coming next? We're going to go from parting while the horse is made. So starting ball on the left. Parting while the horse is made, ball on the right. Parting while the horse is made, ball on the left. Let's give it a shot. So starting from the ball on the left. Toss right, push left. Shifting the weight, ball on the right. Toss left, push right. Ball on the left. So just kind of relax, flow with it. Right hand tosses out, left hand toward the floor. Right hand turns over, left hand underneath. Left hand tosses out, right hand toward the floor. Left hand turns over, right hand underneath. Toss and push. Wrap the ball. Toss and push. Wrap the ball. Toss and push. Wrap the ball. Toss and push. So again, we're just playing now. Wrap the ball. So one more time, both sides. Right hand tosses, left hand pushes, right hand folds, left hand under. Left hand tosses, right hand pushes, left hand folds, right hand under. Okay. Relax. Shake it out. Take a stretch break if you need to. Grab some water if you need to. The next piece of this is we're doing parting while horses made from an extended stance. And we're starting out with just this flow that we did before. Back to the ball. Toss and push. Back to the ball. And then we're going to come to the ball on the right. It's a little bit more tricky, but once you get it, it feels cool. So I hope that you'll take this adventure with me. So when you're ready, so again, what we're doing is we're just starting in this extended stance, not having to worry about the initial step. So just start with an extended stance, make sure you're comfortable, that's good. Starting with ball on the left, same movement, right hand tosses, left hand pushes toward the floor, and then I come back to ball on the left. Right hand tosses, left hand pushes, back to ball on the left. So when I toss, I'm really kind of leaning with the upper blade of my thumb, so my knuckles point outwards and my palm is facing towards my face. Back to the ball. So you don't really have to be palm up like you're tossing a frisbee. It's a little bit more relaxed. Back to the ball. Make sure the hands pass close to each other without touching. And back to the ball on the left. Just flow. Exhale. Inhale. And I'm not really stopping at the end. It's just like when you toss a feather into the air and it hovers for a second before it floats back down. Let's go 3 more, starting here. From the ball to the park. One more time, we're going to freeze at the end. Coming out, freeze, and I'm coming to ball on the right. So what we're going to do is we have this extended stance. I'm going to shift back, turn the right hand over, shift up, bring the left hand under, and step. Let's do that again. Bring that left foot back, start with ball on the left, parting wild horse's mane, stop, toss and push, rock back, right hand turns over, rock forward, left hand comes under, and step up. All right. Lowering down, switching sides. So I want the right foot back at an angle, and my left foot forward, just checking to make sure briefly that you have a comfortable stance. Starting with ball on the right. I'm going to toss left, push the right hand straight down, parting wild horse's mane. Toss left, right hand straight down, and back to the ball. Toss left, right hand straight down, and back to the ball. Toss and push. So look at that right hand. You're pushing like you're laying that hand flat on the table, straight down, push down, and roll back. And again, that toss, just kind of turning the palm towards you. And flow. Exhale. Inhale. Three more. So pausing at the end here to ball on the left. So we come back, rock back, turn the left hand over, rock forward, bring the right hand under and step up, hold the ball. Stepping that right foot back, ball on the right. Again, parting wild horse's mane, toss and push. Rock back, left hand top of the ball, shift forward, right hand bottom of the ball, and step. Balancing, letting the hands float down, all the way down, and shake it out. So, you have one more form, and this is waving hands like clouds. We're going to do this either stationary or in what's called horse riding stance, which is slightly wider than shoulder width with the knees relaxed. If you're doing horse riding stance, as you sit back, you still want to be vertical, so just make sure that you're not bending the knees too far past the toes or sitting too far down into a squat. You're going to tuck the hips, shoulders over hips, sinking down here, like you're sitting on top of a really tall stool. And making sure that you're giving your legs enough rest so that they're not going to get too tired. So starting here. Okay. So we start with this ball on the left. Now, This is going to look fairly similar to the ball, but it has a little bit more movement. So from here, I'm going to take my left hand and put it where the right hand is, and the right hand and put it where the left hand was. My left hand is palm toward the floor, right hand palm toward the shoulder. Turn and switch sides of the body. So it's right hand in front of right shoulder, left hand in front of right hip, and switch. Right hand down, left hand up. Turn left, left hand down, right hand up. Turn right, right hand down, left hand up. Turn and switch. Turn and switch. Turn and stop. So I want you to think that there's a line right down the center of your body, and the hands can only be on one side of that line. They can be on the right side or the left side, but they have to both be on the same side. So starting again with the ball on the left, left hand down, right hand up, and turn. Right hand down, left hand up, and turn. Switch and turn. Switch and turn. So first it starts out like a box pattern. One hand down, one hand up, and turn. One hand down, one hand up, and turn. But we can play with that a little bit and add a little bit of a swoop. But there's a little story I like to tell with waving hands like clouds. Left hand down, right hand up. The right hand is a cloud floating across the sky, and the left hand is its shadow. That cloud falls as rain, and a new cloud forms and floats across the sky with its shadow. So as long as they're going at the same rate, even if the sun casts the farther shadow, they still want to be connected and go at the same rate. Left hand down, right hand up, and turn. Right hand down, left hand up, and turn. Left hand down, right hand up, and turn. Right hand down, left hand up, turning back. Let's go one more time, both sides. Turn to the right, shift to the right. Turn to the left, shift to the left. Letting the right hand come up and grab the left hand, come to the center, open, and release. Shake it out. Okay, so that's our second section. We've done moving the ball. We've done playing with the forms. Now we're going to go to a simpler Qigong. This is the first 9 movements out of the 18 movements, or what they call Tai Chi, Qigong, Shibashi, or Tai Chi energy work in 18 movements. Before we start, we're going to look back at repulse monkey, because I normally exclude this when I do the first half of Shibashi because of the complicated rhythm of the movement. So what we're going to do today is just repulse monkey, like we did before, which is starting the ball on the left hand pushes, hold the ball on the right, right hand pushes, hold the ball on the left. So that's our 5th movement. So when we get there, I'll break it down a little bit. So starting out again, feet closer together, and step out with one foot, balancing the weight. Relax the knees, lengthen that spine, create space in your joints. Give me a breath. So we start with our commencement form of paintbrush arms. Fingertips point toward the floor, space under the armpits, space behind the knees. We're painting a line up and down. So as you draw the brush up, the bristles point down. And as you draw the brush down, the bristles point up. That's all I want to get into on this one today. We're just flowing up, about shoulder height, and down toward the hips. Long spine, like you're balancing something on top of your head. Inhale up, Exhale down. So just so we get some simpler flows after the more complicated one. Let's do 4 more. One more time, up and back down. So our next movement, broadening the chest. I'm going to start coming up, and then somewhere between ribcage and shoulder height, we flare out to the side, opening, sweeping, and back down. Still thinking paintbrush. So as the brush comes up, bristles point down, and then in, and then you roll through the end, and down. Up and out, in and down. Try to extend your breath through the movement. Inhaling all the way up. And exhaling all the way down. So do 3 more. Last one. Up and out. Coming in, and we're going to dip these paintbrushes in the water. And then take them up and over to the left. So up overhead. Left arm out, right arm over. And then come up, and we go right arm out, left arm over. It's called playing with ribbons or playing with rainbows. Shifting the weight to the right leg, extend the left arm, fingertips to the right hand, point to the forehead. Coming up and over, should be with the left, right arm out, fingertips to the left hand, point toward the forehead. So what I'm trying to do is not let that extending arm drop. I'm extending out to be a long line from the right hip to the left fingers, and vice versa, being a long line from the right fingers to the left hip, up and over. Make sure the knees stay relaxed here, so you're not going to a locked knee. That knee bends, and you're sinking back into the hips slightly. Let's go one more time. To both sides. So, finishing this movement, leading the right arm out as you come up, left arm drops. When both arms make a T, they drop together, crossing wrists. So crossing the wrist, coming up and out. Crossing wrists, coming up and out. Extra credit, cross a different wrist over each time. So I'm going left arm in front. And then right arm in front. go 2 more. And last one. Okay, from here, repulse monkey. So we're crossing the wrists, circling out, and then coming to ball on the left. Push with the left hand, ball on the right. Push with the right hand, ball on the left. We're going to do it 3 times. This is 2, push left, ball right, push right, ball left. And one more time, both sides. Push left, ball right, and push right, ball left. We did it. Rowing a boat, bring both arms up front, dropping down, coming up and around, and forward. So again, I'm not going too much into detail, but we're not really bending and straightening the elbows. We're just rotating the arms around the shoulder socket like 2 oars rowing a boat through the water. They come around, come forward, dip into the water to pull that boat. So I like to take my arms slightly behind my body as I'm rowing to stretch the chest. Okay, 3 more, rowing a boat. All the way around and down. So you have 3 movements left. We're going to do carry the glass ball, roll the ball, and waving hands like clouds. So starting from here, I'm taking my right arm and reaching across to the left, trying to be a long line from the right fingertips to the right toe, and back down. Reaching across with the left arm, a long line from the left fingertips to the left toe. So holding up a ball with the right hand and holding up a ball with the left hand. But both hands continue to hold the ball the whole time. So as I reach the right arm across, left arm tucks back, holding the ball. As I reach across the left arm, right arm tucks back, holding the ball. Shift, reach, a little bit of a turn. Don't forget to breathe. So one more time each side, right arm across, and left arm across. And then we're back to our old friend, hold the ball. So I'm coming down, both hands hold one ball, and I'm holding up the ball on the left. So this time I'm pivoting a little bit further, and then I'm doing whatever I want to do to get the ball to the right. You can carry that ball like it's a single unit, and lift. So one more time, both sides. I hold the ball on the left, to the right, and then back to the left. Now waving hands like clouds. So I come back to the center, balance my weight, and we go left hand down, right hand up and turn. Right hand down, left hand up and turn. Do you remember still? Left hand down, right hand up and turn. Right hand down, left hand up and turn. Switch and turn. Switch and turn. So you're always turning towards your top hand. If I'm turning the right hand's on top. If I'm turning left, the left hand is on top. So one more time, both sides to the right and back to the left. Take that right hand, gather the left hand to the center, open and down. So all right, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, so we've done a lot with the ball, playing with our forms, going back through some of our Qigong and maybe playing with some of those forms again. And now for the end of the class, we're going to go into the 3 circles. So we have the tabletop circle, cleaning the windows circle, and rotating forward or bass drum. So let's start with the bass drum because I want to end with cleaning the windows so we can look at how that form or how that pattern relates to the forms and relates to other Tai Chi. So starting with hands, palms facing, maybe with a ball about the size of your own head. We're rotating it up and forwards towards your screen, coming up the center line, forwards and down. Okay, I'm not breaking this down too much. We're just going to inhale up, exhale forward. Slowing it down, big breath. You need 2 more full circles. All the way around, one more time. So I'm starting the next circle. I come up and around, dip forward and swoop up and in toward the shoulders. Reversing direction. Drop, lift, in toward the shoulders. Just breathe. Inhale as you lift, and exhale as you rotate it back. You need 3 more. Last one. Up and in, and letting the hands all the way down. So with our tabletop circling, now take our extended stance, our bow and arrow stance, with the left foot back, right foot forward. You know at this point how to check your stance. So hands flat as if they're on a table, start circling out to the right and around to the left. So when you're ready, weight starts on the left leg. I go out to the right, hands forward and over to the left. Letting this rotation go through the whole body. Starting with the feet, we're circling over the ankles, shifting foot from foot. Shifting from knee to knee, thigh to thigh, hip to hip, rotating around the hip socket, turning the shoulders and trunk. Letting it go all the way out to the wrists. Two more. And we're not going to switch. As we come around in this last circle, step the right foot in, coming around and in. Shifting the weight off of the right leg toward the left leg and step. So just go ahead and set yourself up, right leg back, left leg forward, hands flat on the table. I'm going to start circling from left to right. Circling from toward the left and around to the right. Remember to breathe your way through the circle. Maybe two more all the way around. Circling around. And one more time. As I'm coming over to the right, left foot steps in. So keeping your stance about here, fingertips pointed toward the floor. I'm going to circle over and around to left to right, over and around. Both circles going the same direction. And this is the one I wanted to play with as we close. So let's do two more full circles all the way around. Here we go. On our next circle, somewhere in that circle, draw an S shape and switch directions. So I'm coming up, some sort of S shape, and we switch directions from right to left. We're just going to do a handful of circles this way. I just go three more and let the hands come to rest. So let's do one more time all the way around and give the arms a break. Okay, so what we have is two circles going the same direction at the same time. So let's start and we take them opposite directions at the same time. So starting from the center, my hands go up and away from each other, up and out. It's the same circle, different pattern. We're going opposite directions at the same time. Give me two more, and then we'll switch. Now, somewhere in this circle, we're going to reverse direction and come back up and in and down. So they're circling the same direction or opposite directions at the same time. They're towards each other at the same time. Same circle. So if I take just my left hand and that's one circle, this is one circle. They can go the same direction. They can switch directions. Same circle. I'm here. I'm just adding the other one in at the same time. Adding the other one in at the same time. Now, the same can be said of waving hands like clowns. I start with one circle. It's going same direction, or it's going in one rate, and the other one just goes the opposite direction with the opposite rate. So I start one hand at the bottom, one hand at the top. Basically the same circle. So let's break this down. I wave bye-bye. I have the other one join in at the same time at the same rate, both in the same direction. If I have this other one join in at the opposite direction, same rate, same circle, different pattern. So what I'm going to have our arms do is move opposite directions at the opposite rate. So I have up, up. When the left hand gets up, the right hand starts out. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. We'll just take the stops out of it. Wave bye-bye left, bye-bye right. Bye-bye left, bye-bye right. You sway along with it. Again, this is just a cool down, just to start to help build that motor pattern in, to get your muscles to remember that pattern. But it is a different type of training. So shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So if you had a good time and you're slightly confused right now, hit that thumbs up button. And I'll tell you why. Because when you do cardio, when you're running on the treadmill, your sign that you're getting conditioning is that you get out of breath. The heart rate goes up, you're getting out of breath. When you're lifting weights, the sign that you're getting conditioning is that the muscle gets tired. You start to get that burning. You might get muscle soreness the next day. But when you're working coordination and balance and patterns, the sign that you're getting conditioning is that you feel slightly confused. You're trying to learn new patterns, rub the belly, pat the head, waving hands like clouds. Those are tricky patterns. So we want to play with them at first and not be too hard on ourselves to try to get it right the first time. We're building patterns, and that takes some time. So I hope that you can play with it with me in my living room. So before we close, I will note that with the first two videos of the Tai Chi Academy are live now in their playlist on this channel. They do go sequentially. There's the introduction that introduces you to some basic Tai Chi principles, and the first two forms of the Sun Style short form. Video 1 is up that covers the commencement form and single whip to the right. And immediately after this class, I'm going to upload the second video 2, which is waving hands like clouds, Sun Style, to the right. The academy is less follow along. It's more step by step. It's going to have less of a flow. So I hope if you enjoy this, you can use this as some training to help learn the form and vice versa. So thank you very much for joining us. Tai Chi Bow is my left hand makes a C shape. Right hand fits underneath, so it makes a little egg. Thumb under thumb, fingers under fingers. I bow toward the screen. As I come up, fingertips tap the sides. Let's do it again. Left over right, bow, and tap. And this is wishing you heaven and earth, country and family, harmony and peace. Thank you very much. From my living room to wherever you're watching it from York County to your home, have a wonderful day, and thank you very much. Stop right there.